Good evening, I'm Rondell Joseph. Tonight on RTA 25 News at 10, the CTA celebrated its class of new bus operators today. We'll have the details. Plus, charges are filed after a shooting on a Pace bus on Chicago's far south side earlier this week. Also, a big announcement from Fox 32's Tia Ewing. Following that, the latest service changes and your travel times. It's all coming up tonight on the RTA 25 News at 10. Now on 25, charges are filed after a shooting on a Pace bus. The details surrounding the shooting. A local insurance agency is one of many companies hosting a back-to-school bash event. The catch to one of the things going on here in the Chicago area. CTA celebrates a new class of bus operators. A look at some of the changes that are brought into the hirings. The RTA 25 News at 10 starts now.
This is RTA 25 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Rondell Joseph, and welcome to RTA 25 News at 10. Topping tonight's newscast, the CTA welcomed 80 new bus operators to the agency. According to CTA, it's one of the latest steps to address workforce challenges and service improvements throughout the system. CTA stated that they have continued to hire bus and train operators through the pandemic following a series of marketing campaigns. Normally, bus operators would begin their careers at CTA in part-time positions and work their way up, but for the first time ever, the CTA hires immediately started at full-time status. CTA will continue to have various opportunities from entry-level to management positions across the agency. For a complete list, you can log on to transitchicago.com. New at 10 here on 25, the CTA's diversity program is inviting people to join for the in-person Mentor-Protege networking event. CTA says that this event is a chance to help build connections with primes who are willing to provide resources and mentorships to increase opportunities on CTA contracts. That event will take place on Wednesday, August 17th at 10 a.m. at CTA headquarters located at Lake and Clinton. The application for the event is on CTA's Facebook page. Also new tonight, Pace Suburban Bus has a detour alert for commuters in Joliet. This is due to the Cass Street Bridge over the Des Plaines River being closed for equipment upgrades. Routes number 501 West Jefferson, 505 Joliet Loop, and 507 Plainfield will be detoured from Cass Street, Joliet Street, Jackson Street, Broadway Street, and Western Avenue, resuming the regular route. Pace added that the detours for these buses will not operate at Cass and Western between Joliet and Broadway, and the detour is expected to last about 2 months. That will take place on Monday. Meanwhile, for South Shore Line commuters attending the Elton concert tomorrow, trains are planning to stop at select stations at Metra's 18th Street station, which connects passengers directly to Soldier Field. 18th Street is not a regularly scheduled stop for passengers according to the SSL. Utilizing the 18th Street event should purchase tickets at the Museum Campus and 11th Street stop. Also, regular service to Museum Campus stop is listed right on your screen. Just ahead, when the news continues, a Metra train hits a pedestrian. Also, charges are filed in a shooting incident involving a Pace bus. And one of Fox 32's on-air personalities has a big announcement to make. We'll have those stories in briefly tonight when RTA 25 News at 10 continues in Markham, Maywood, Schaumburg, and your part of Chicagoland.
RTA 25 News at 10 continues.
Welcome back, everyone. Another busy Thursday night here in the RTA 25 newsroom. So let's get you up to speed. Here's a look at some of the stories that are in RTA 25's briefly tonight. Some developing news in the western suburbs. A Metra BNSF train hit a pedestrian. CBS 2's Chopper 2 was on the scene around 7:20 late this afternoon. Preliminary reports state that a man was on the tracks between Main and Washington and Downers Grove when he was struck. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene and his identity has not yet been released. Downers Grove and Metra police are investigating the incident. Metra's last regards to the service line on the BNSF was currently suspended. A crash left an Illinois State Police trooper injured. ISP said it happened on the Kennedy Expressway just east of Cumberland when a Jeep hit the trooper's squad car, which was conducting another traffic investigation around 2:15 this morning. Both the trooper and the driver of the Jeep were taken to local hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the Jeep, 27-year-old Robert M. Reagan, was charged with driving under the influence, failing to reduce speed to avoid an accident, allegedly failing to yield to an emergency vehicle, operating an uninsured motor vehicle, and a violation of Scott's law. A 21-year-old man was injured after a stabbing on a CTA Red Line train. Chicago police said it happened just as the train was approaching Roosevelt and State around 10:15 last night after the offender made derogatory remarks to the victim. There was a physical altercation before the offender ran off. The victim was taken to Northwestern Hospital in fair condition. Developing in briefly, a Chicago man is charged after firing a gun on a pace bus running the bus route 353 Homewood to 95th and State. This happened Tuesday afternoon on the northbound lane of the Bishop Ford Freeway near 130th Street. Investigators say that 33-year-old Anthony Bland was trying to pistol whip a passenger and the gun fired on the bus. No one was injured in the bus. Bland was arrested at the scene and was charged Wednesday with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, felony reckless discharge of a firearm, and misdemeanor property damage. Bland is currently being held in jail without bail. In Washington, D.C., the Transit Department is proposing to require airline companies to offer passengers a refund if their schedule is changed significantly or if the airline makes major changes to their itinerary. According to the Associated Press, the proposed rule would also require airlines to issue refunds if the departure or arrival change by 3 hours, or for domestic flights 6 or more hours. Plus, the rule would also even apply to travelers who buy non-refundable refund tickets, which usually cost less and are favored by many leisure travelers. Briefly Tonight continues. Lincoln Auto Insurance is holding a back-to-school bash this Saturday for the children. The agency says that there will be free face paintings, food, and much more. In addition to that, the agency is also giving away 100 backpacks with supplies to the first 100 renewals that refer a new customer to Lincoln. The event starts at 11 a.m. at their building on Washington Boulevard between Greene and Peoria. Fox 32 reporter and backup anchor Tia Ewing announces that she's pregnant. In a video on Facebook, Ewing said that she announced it on the Fox 32 desk along with the popular Mic Challenge on TikTok to celebrate the announcement. Ewing states that she is 30 weeks in and is expected to be due within the next few months. Big congratulations to you, Tia. That is a look at the stories in Briefly Tonight. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. RTA 25 News will return. Finally, here at 10, some service changes on the CTA. There will be a boarding change on the Purple Line between Dempster and Howard. All train passengers will board and exit on the Linden side of the platform at Main and South stations. Trains will also operate on the same track in both directions, and this is due to safety maintenance, which will last until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Additional information in regards to this service change can be found at transitchicago.com. That'll close out the RTA 25 News at 10 for this Thursday night. I'm Rondell Joseph. Our news continues tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m. Have a safe night.